Good evening. Welcome to Definitely Not Fake News. I'll be your host, Carl N.N. Fox. Today in the town of Round Rock, Texas, a private school named RRCA has come up with a solution to acquire enough money to build their long sought after new building. We now cut to an interview with renowned history teacher John Aronson.
Yeah, for all the budget funds, all they did is they just got rid of things they didn't need anymore. Like me, with the Paleolithic era curriculum in my AP history class. Now that they fired me, I'll finally get to go back to building my Zen garden. Guys, I don't really feel like interviewing today.
These various budget cuts include cutting the school's golf team. Golf team? Jim, you didn't tell me they had a golf team. Alright, cutting the school's golf team, buying fresh pizza to serve once every 6 weeks instead of once every 2 or 3 weeks, and of course, replacing every spoon, fork, and knife with a mighty sporf. But, due to an incident, the school campus is not allowed to have plastic knives, so for that reason, all silverware will be confiscated and replaced with your bare hands. You know what this means, people? The return of the Frisbee concrete waffle. They also have started laying off every single teacher and every single coach for an entirely student-led body. Calculations for how much this will cost will be handled by former math teacher Watt Jameson.
Alright, so I tell you most of this, but the thing is, this is a quiz, and I can't just give away answers on a quiz. You have to figure it out yourself. Use your God-given calculator instead of your actual calculator. But here's the basic gist. 588 plus the square root of this times the natural log of this plus the log base this of this. But remember, you have to use the change of base formula, and this approaches y in this direction, which if you divide it by the sine of the verse of the cotangent of the square root of 3 pi r squared, which is the arc length formula after you put it through a very terrible nightmare, then you should get, well, it's close to 1 million, but here's the thing, you can't round it. It needs to be an exact answer, like everything else on all of my other tests. And once you get that, you should have about $1,552,216. Oh, but you have to subtract for the insurance in case of a tornado. Have you seen those things during the sunset, by the way? They look like a carrot in the sky. $1,218,506.45. Now that's something to think about while you're baking your pizza. Well, too bad we won't be able to have a bowling team. Oh, and by the way, if you want to know how long this is going to take, I'm not going to calculate that, because I don't do imaginary time, unlike some people in my class.
Wow! That's incredible! For real! I can't tell what to give credit to. Of course, RRCA has gotten sponsors to endorse their ideas, speaking of which. Unfortunately for RRCA, they didn't know that this didn't quite cover the new building's cost of $4 million, so they implemented a new idea. Because Round Rock's famous Round Rock is actually oblong-shaped, the school has changed the name of the entire city to Oblong Rock, Texas. And so every single sign with the name Round Rock will be melted down and will be made into new material for the new building. Now known as the ORCA Orcas, the students have also influenced other local schools too. Brentwood has changed their name to Brent, material that you get from cutting down trees. Concordia is now important city in the Second Battle of the Revolution of the United States, yeah, and Marble Falls now goes by the name Land of the Wild Wintercheck. This well exceeds the money they needed for the budget, although we weren't told quite how that calculation was made, as described by former math and physics teacher Suzanne this Sunday. It required the quadratic formula, which you didn't need to know yet. The only hint we had was that we needed to have our calculator in degree mode. We now cut to newly appointed Spanish, French, Chinese, Russian, German, this list is too long, teacher Alexander L. Chaikin.
Sure, we have our new building now, but at what cost? Those solutions were absurd, or as Mr. Watson would call them, extraneous. Sure, a new building would be nice, but we have a perfectly fine, although in certain places falling apart, campus. What changes we should want to see are those that will aid our education, things like better advising, or new class and elective options like AP Chem, or more languages, or pre-med, or maybe even a theater program. I'm really not sure if we have one of those right now at this point, but we ought to be thankful for this school because most people would kill for what we're blessed with in this position. Seriously, though, the pizza thing could see improvement. And then you have the reference angle and the... No wonder my tests take so long.